Welcome my good smelling friends, Ify here. I did it again. I bought more fragrances even though I have plenty, but still, you know how it is. You keep buying and buying because you like fragrances, and I got myself a couple of testers as well from all different platforms, either online websites, online stores which are nowadays selling lots of testers, or even eBay. Some of these fragrances I already show like a quick preview, and you know when you find a designer house which you love and you keep buying from the same house, keep buying until you get that bad fragrance and then you stop and take a break from the house. Well, it happened to me also. And I'm gonna begin with that exact fragrance. I'm talking about Loewe Solo Essential. This is probably the worst iteration of the Solo DNA, because not just because they created that modern bubblegum DNA with this one. I don't mind, and I understand that they want to go onto the modern market, but it's of a low quality compared to the other Solo iterations or even to the original. It smells like they didn't put too much effort into this, and also I think this one is the furthest away from the original DNA, but in a bad way, where it doesn't keep the quality of the original, the performance, the complexity. So Loewe Solo Essential goes straight to my worst blind buys of this year. The next one I want to show you is Solo Platinum. Like I said, I went on a Solo spree, and this one I actually really like. This smells how it looks. It's dark, it's leathery, it's smoky. It's like the bad boy version of the original Loewe Solo, and yes, this one was a success. The next one is 24 Live Another Day. This is one of the few fresh fragrances from this house. If you know this house by now, their most popular fragrance is 24 Gold, which is an Oriental, Middle Eastern like fragrance, cheap, long lasting. This one is fresh, blue themed, just like the color of the juice is. It's citrusy in the opening, then it's aquatic with again a blue theme, similar to fragrances like Nautica Blue Sail or even Bleu de Chanel, but with a lower quality. The performance is not as good as we got used to having fragrances from this house. It's a summer fragrance, very versatile, very easy to wear. It's one of those fragrances, but the bad performance makes it not a all year rounder, but just a summer fragrance. Even so, for the price, I think it's a very safe scent to wear, and I think it's better than Nautica Blue Sail. The next one, hey, what do you know? Another Loewe. This is another tester of Loewe Pour Homme Sport. This, I haven't smelled the original, but this smells very nice. I do find relevant the DNA of the sport fragrances these days, because if you want to wear a fragrance into the gym, it has to be very safe to wear. It doesn't have to be overwhelming, and the sport DNA is still relevant for people who want to wear fragrances in the gym. So fragrances like, let's say for example, you want to wear Invictus in the gym, it's definitely too much. It does feel like a sporty fragrance considering the cup and the freshness of the fragrance, but it's too overpowering. Fragrances like this one can easily be worn during exercise. It has a very natural grapefruit in the opening, then it has like a minty freshness because it has basil, and then it's a bit aquatic, and then it becomes earthy and very safe to wear again when you're sweating, when you're working out. Another success from this house. I love it, and I'm looking forward to wearing it not just during workout but during summer. The next fragrance is one that, if you look at the notes composition, if you look at the comments on Fragrantica, it's something that makes you want to blind buy it, which I did. Now this is supposed to be a women's fragrance. On Fragrantica it's classified as unisex, but what I've noticed is that the women's version of the Oriental fragrances from this house come in a bottle looking like this. The men's fragrances from this house, the Oriental ones, look like this. So I'm assuming that this is a ladies fragrance, but it's definitely unisex, the smell. Now, on my first impression of this fragrance, I have to say that I was a bit let down on the opening of the fragrance because it smelled very feminine, sweet and floral. But as soon as the most prominent note, which is tuberose, as soon as that goes away, this becomes more unisex. This is a very good women's fragrance, but at the same time, this makes a great men's fragrance. While this can become something usual as a fragrance for women, for men, it's definitely something very unusual, something that men could wear and it could stand out from the rest of the crowd. And it's not very feminine, like I said. At some point, I think it almost leans towards the masculine side. Performance is great. I think this is a very good one. And again, the Oriental lines from Jesus del Pozo are definitely overlooked. And the last one, it's a fragrance which I did test in the past, not a long time ago, because this was not released a very long time ago. It's Wood by D Squared. The first time I smelled this, I have to say I was a bit let down because it didn't smell as good as the original He Would. Yes, it does have that Ambroxan feeling to it. It does smell modern, it does have that fizziness to it. You know, designers are trying to make it into the modern days with their old fragrances, switching and twisting the DNA so it smells more modern. I think what they did with this one is a good job because it performs well, it smells modern, but it still keeps the original He Would DNA. And it smells different from the rest of the modern fragrances. To my nose, it smells good and I like it. And that was it, guys. Until the next video, keep smelling great.